I just remember hearing several gunshots. My vision went black for a couple of seconds, and I just remember thinking like, oh, like we just got shot. The first thing that came to my head was my son, who was 6 years old at the time. And I just remember thinking like, I'm not going to die today. I still have a little boy at home that still needs me. So I have to do what I have to do to get home to him.
Now, day of, how did that day unfold?
Around 5 p.m., I remember telling my partner like, hey, let's go grab something to eat, because most likely we're going to get sent to South Los Angeles to go help out with the riots going on down there. So we're like, all right, go get something to eat. During that time, we were supposed to be doing a patrol check of the Compton train station.
Okay.
So right next to where the vehicle was at, where it happened, there's a parking structure that's right next to it.
And sorry to interrupt. So how, like before this incident, how often would you be at that train station?
Every shift.
Every shift.
Every shift. And pretty much around the same time.
Okay, so it was, you know, normal.
Normal.
In a sense, okay.
Yes.
So then continue. So you're in the parking lot.
So we go to the parking lot because no one really goes in there, eat our food, thinking, oh, officer safety. We eat our food. Once we're done, we're like, all right, let's go back down. So that way we see what's going on. We check, make sure everything's good with the people that are riding the train. So I parked right there. Because thinking again back to like training and everything, like officer safety, you want to have some cover. So right there where we're at, like we're kind of hidden rather than parking on the street where you're exposed from pretty much everywhere. So we're just pretty much there waiting. I remember telling my partner, I'm like, oh, we have about 15, 20 minutes left before we go on to, I don't remember the next train station that we had to do, but we had a couple more minutes. So I remember there was a taxi parked in front of the curb, like on the street. And usually I would just jump the curb and take off from there rather than turn around through the small little streets. So I'm like, I don't want to get caught in anything over here.
Yeah. Safety precautions.
Yes. So I would usually just go south and then take off from there. The taxi never moved, obviously. And neither did we.
So you're sitting there, and then initially what happened? Like, did you hear the gunshots first, or did you feel impact, or how did that unfold?
So the first thing, like I said, I was in the driver's seat. My partner was in the passenger seat. I looked at the paper, put it away, and all of a sudden I just remember gunshots. I don't remember exactly. It was like, it's cloudy. Whatever happened like right before, I don't remember if I saw him. I don't remember if I saw him walking up. I don't remember anything. I just remember hearing several gunshots. My vision went black for a couple of seconds, and I just remember thinking like, oh, fuck, like we just got shot. What they tell us in the academy, what we see on TV, it's happening to us. After a couple of seconds, I was able to regain my vision, and I didn't feel any pain. The adrenaline just kicked in. I just felt a warm sensation around my face, my arms. I didn't know exactly where I had been hit. The first thing that came to my head was my son, who was 6 years old at the time. And I just remember thinking like, I'm not going to die today. I still have a little boy at home that still needs me. So I have to do what I have to do to get home to him. So that was in the back of my head. I'm like, I didn't think about the pain. I didn't think about like, oh, I'm a victim. I can't do anything now. Like, no, like we still have to do our job. Whether it was find the suspect, provide first aid for one another. So it was just, it kicked in, like the training kicked in, the very little training that I had at the time.
That's another thing that like is so mind blowing about this whole incident, is the fact that like you had just started working with the Transit Service Bureau.
Yes.
Like, what was it, like a couple of weeks that you had just been there, and then this incident happens? Like, you're fresh out of like training too.
Well, we had just graduated the academy 14 months prior, both me and my partner. We got off training a month before. We had just gotten off training.
Oh, crazy.
And I was there at Transit Services for a month, pretty much the month of August and the first 2 weeks of September.
Wow. So you guys get shot, and then you see your partner, and you saved his life. I mean, do you think that was like your maternal instinct that just kicked in?
I think so. I think it was that mama bear instinct where I didn't worry about my injuries. Like, I knew I was hurt. I saw my arms. Obviously, I'm like, okay, I have 2 holes in each arm, but I'm not bleeding
So
out.
you didn't know that you got shot in the face.
I didn't know until I started putting out radio traffic.
Wow.
So it wasn't until I started putting out radio traffic.
Is that before or after you help him?
That was before. So as soon as it happened, like I said, like I snap out of it, like I'm able to see again. And I remember going for the little e-trigger that we have on our radios, on our emergency trigger. Right. I don't know if I hit it or not. Afterwards, that's when I started putting out radio traffic. And going back to the training, I remember one of my field training officers told me, like, if shit hits a fan, just put out your location and what you have, and the world will come to you.
Yeah, and you tried.
And I tried going back and forth several times. I'm like 998, which is deputy involved in a shooting, Compton PAX. I'm like, I have what's going on and our location. So that's when I noticed that I got hit in the face. I'm like, I can't talk. So I try to say it as clearly as possible, as calmly as I could. I'm like, lady, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything else.
You must have felt so helpless at that moment.
And it took me several months to actually hear the radio traffic, because every time I would hear it, it would piss me off. And I mean, I don't blame the dispatcher or anything, but I just felt so helpless. So I'm like, we need help. Like, we need help now. Like, why can't you understand me?
So how long did it take for you guys to get help?
From when it happened to when Compton station deputies arrived, it was about 3.5 minutes. But it felt like an eternity. Like, time just slowed down. It felt like we were there for like 30 minutes. But it was just, time slows down, and it kind of felt I was outside of my body watching me do everything.
And obviously at that time too, so you get shot, you're looking after yourself, you're looking after your partner, with still in the back of your mind about the shooter. You didn't know where he was. You didn't know if he was going to come back or not. How do you feel when you look back at that moment 4 years later?
It's just, I mean, I can't even explain everything that's going on in your head. It's like you're injured. Like, you can't believe this is happening to you. Not knowing where the shooter is there another shooter? By the time, like, when it happened, like, I remember a group of people that started to gather on the opposite side of the street where there's like a shopping center. I didn't know there was another shooter there. Someone else could have taken advantage that we were injured. Like, just not knowing, like, what's gonna happen. Like, where is he? He? It's just like frustration, anger. Like, we weren't doing anything. We're just sitting in our vehicle and someone did this to us.
So you guys get shot and then they take you guys to the hospital. What was your recovery like? And then also, what was the extent of your injuries? So
I ended up getting shot right behind it. It didn't knock down any of my teeth, but it went in right behind my teeth, nearly cut off my tongue. And it came out on the left side, shattering the bone on the left side. And then I had one go through and through each arm, breaking the ulnar bone in each arm. So once we get to the hospital, I get placed in a medically induced coma, go into surgery the next day. They stitched my tongue back up together. They wired my mouth shut. And then they put a cast in each arm. They put the bones back together and put a cast in each arm just to let it heal on its own. And they did a bridge on the left side for the bones to form up again. So I was in ICU for 7 days. And then once the swelling went down, once I was able to drink liquids, I went to the regular side of the hospital for another 2 days. So I was in the hospital for a total of 9 days. And just pretty much for 3 months, I was like this with my mouth wired shut and with the cast in each arm.
Wow.
I couldn't do anything. I was just sitting in the sofa at home like this.
And initially, did it hit you when you were sitting in the hospital bed, like what happened? Like when they were telling you and filling you in on the incident? Like, how were you feeling in that moment in the hospital?
Well, when I woke up the next day after having surgery, I was like shit, like this happened to us. Like I said, I never in a million years, I mean, it's always a possibility that this could happen being in law enforcement, but you never think it's going to be you. You never think it's like, oh, it's going to be me. Like, you never think. I mean, luckily, like, best case scenario, like, we both survived, because a couple centimeters back would have been a different story for either one of us. But it was just like everything kicked in at once. Like the next day, the pain, just thinking, I'm like, shoot, like, we got shot, which is crazy. But what kept me going was like, okay, like, we survived, but I still have a little kid at home. And he's the one that helped me get through the whole, like, the recovery and
Mm.
everything. Like, even still now,